It's been an unconventional start to the season, but that doesn't mean we can't enjoy some historic racing action at the National Speedway Stadium. And tonight we bring you a premiership battle of epic proportions, courtesy of the Belle Race's 2020 team sponsor, Bike Right. Well, good evening everybody, and we hope you're staying safe and well at this unprecedented time. Massive thanks to all of you for your continued support of Bellevue Speedway. It is very, very much appreciated. So on to tonight's action then, courtesy of the 2020 team sponsor Bike Right, the flagship brand of Bellevue Speedway's principal partner James Briggs Limited. Some cracking products out there for your pedal bike and your motorcycle, so make sure you check those guys out on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Search Bike Right UK. So you guys have voted to see tonight a brilliant meeting. Bellevue Aces versus the Swindon Robins, some really close action from August 2019 at the National Speedway Stadium, home of our Bellevue Aces. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over to the boys. Enjoy the meeting.
Riders on track then for heat number one here at the National Speedway Stadium. Glorious evening in Manchester, and two red hot teams on track here for premiership action. Looking forward to a great contest, one that could be absolutely pivotal in the chase for the end of season playoffs. Coin toss having been undertaken, Bellevue victorious in that, and they nominate gates 1 and 3 in this first race. So from the inside in the blue helmet colour, it will be Steve Worrell. Next to him in yellow for Swindon, Adam Ellis goes in yellow, gate number 2. It's Max Frick in yellow, in red with Jason Doyle off the outside. Ball movement from Max Frick, and Frick I think just touched the tapes. Red lights on straight away, but I think Max Frick is the guilty man there. Not the way we wanted to begin. And red light is on. We'll look at that once again. And no doubt about it, Max Frick just too keen there, and Max Frick disqualified, and we wait the word from from team manager Mark Lemon. Jamin Lidsey receiving the nomination as a reserve change for Max Frick. So an early introduction into tonight's meeting for Jamin Lidsey up against the former world champion Jason Doyle. We're awaiting Adam Ellis for the Swindon Robins. Ellis just having some last minute adjustments. I don't think he's totally happy with his setup, but very little time, 30 seconds or so on the clock, and so Adam Ellis making his way around towards the starting tapes. So remind you of the lineup. It's Steve Worrell in the blue helmet colour gate 1. Adam Ellis goes in yellow, gate number 2. Gate 3 in red will be Jamin Lidsey, and off the outside in white, Jason Doyle. So referee Graham Flint will be keeping a close eye on things. Hopefully we can get away cleanly at the second time of asking. Riders coming to order then for heat 1. Next fly away they go. Doyle with a lovely start off the outside. Ellis has made a reasonable, but Steve Worrell gets to the first corner, forces Ellis aside. Here comes Doyle through on the inside of Worrell, but it's Worrell that shows. Close competitive action. Here comes Lidsey through on the inside of Adam Ellis, but Ellis won't be moved. Doyle has got Worrell in his sights, so great action on the first lap. Here comes Lidsey through on the inside of Ellis. Ellis though trying to come back around the outside of him. So well worked by the Australian youngster Jamin Lidsey. It's a heat advantage situation to the Aces. Ellis has packed up now with a mechanical fault. So Steve Worrell making it count for the inside. Doyle trying to hunt him down, but the track at this stage, it's going to be difficult to make an outside pass, but if anybody can pull off a move, Jason Doyle can. Here he comes. Worrell under pressure, one mistake for Worrell, and Jason Doyle will be right with him. Next in the second corner, here comes Jason Doyle for the Swindon Robins. Got immense pace, and Doyle around the outside of Steve Worrell to take the lead. Here comes Worrell through on his inside, and Steve Worrell for the Retro Cases takes the win. Fabulous action in heat number 1. Steve Worrell making it count from the inside gate. But then for a moment on the last lap, Jason Doyle had got him lined up, got right around the outside off Steve Worrell. But Worrell with the inside advantage made it count on the run into the flag. And Stevie Worrell takes a fabulous victory in heat number 1. Aces fans in the main grandstand, and there's plenty of them tonight. They enjoy that. Great action in heat number 1. Steve Worrell taking the win. Second man home, Jason Doyle. Third went to Jamin Lidsey. A heat advantage of 4-2 to the Renshaw Cases in heat 1.
Second in white was Jason Doyle, and third in red, Jamin Lidsey.
Extra time having been allowed for Jamin Lidsey, who's back out here for his scheduled ride. Minute remaining on the countdown, and we have 3 riders at the starting tapes. New addition to Bellevue's ranks in the blue helmet colour, Nikolai Buss-Jakobsen, who made his debut away at Ipswich 10 days or so ago in place of Tara Arnio, who was once again sidelined with an injury. So Nikolai Buss-Jakobsen having been snapped up by the Aces and hoping for a good home debut here this evening. The 4 riders for heat number 2, going in the white helmet colour for Swindon, gate number 1 is the fast starting Ellis Perks. Next to him in red it will be Jamin Lidsey. Gate number 3 in yellow, guesting this evening, it is Ricky Wells, and off the outside in blue, Nikolai Buss-Jakobsen. Ricky Wells stepping in tonight for Klaus Vissing, who's serving a suspension, as is Craig Cook and Edward Kennett, following an unsightly fracas down at Eastbourne the other week. As they come to order, let's fly away they go. Another run down to the first corner, and Ellis Perks makes it count for the inside. Perks away. Wells on the inside here of Lidsey, and it's Swindon 1 and 2. Lidsey committed to the outside, but it's Wells that emerges. Lidsey fired up, trying to come around the outside of his former team partner. Ellis Perks making it count, and Ellis Perks out front, and Swindon striking straight back here. Jamin Lidsey trying to get his wheels in line, but Ricky Wells with pace in second, and Ricky Wells back tonight and seemingly starting off brightly to haunt the Aces. Well, we said Ellis Perks was a fast starter, and the Swindon pair both got out. Disappointing debut on home show for Nikolai Buss-Jakobsen, who's finding himself in the back of the field. But Ellis Perks, no holding him back. Perks and Wells looking to try back with a 5-1 maximum. Lidsey charging hard in third, but he's not going to get to Wells. So Ellis Perks and Ricky Wells take a big 5-1 for the visitors. Perks takes the win. Wells home for second. Third went to Jamin Lidsey. And after the excitement of heat number 1, Swindon Robins strike back with a maximum score in heat 2. Celebratory really from Ellis Perks, with whom we spoke pre-meeting. Ellis was looking forward to a good meeting here at Bellevue. Always enjoys his visits. And Ellis Perks, impressive stuff from the young man there in heat number 2.
The official results of heat number 2 was in white for Ellis Perks.
Ellis Perks takes the 3 points of victory. Ricky Wells home for second. Third went to Jamin Lidsey. A 5-1 to the visitors, and the score after 2 races: 5 to the Renshaw Bellevue Aces and 7 to the Swindon Robins.
And the score after 2 heats: the Bellevue Renshaw Cases 5, Swindon Robins 7.
Heat number 3, Renshaw Cases looking to strike back here. The man off the inside for this one will be Dimitri Berger. He goes in blue gate 1. Gate 2 in white for the Swindon Robins is Tobias Michalek. Gate number 3 in the red helmet colour. Great to see this man back on a bike, Dan Bewley. And off the outside in yellow, it's the very impressive this year, Rasmus Jensen. Well, Dan Bewley has been sidelines for a couple of weeks. The British final, he pulled out after a couple of rides after aggravating a back injury. Missed the 2 visits to both Ipswich and Wolverhampton last week, where in fact Tobias Michalek guested for him. So I'm sure Dan will be looking to start off brightly here this evening as they come to order heat 3. Fly away they go. Past Paul Michelek off gate number 2. Rasmus Jensen going wide, and through on the inside is Dimitri Berger, and Dan Bewley takes advantage as well. So aces go 1 and 2. The 2 Swindon boys at 6s and 7s in the first corner. Bewley on the inside here. Berger under pressure because here comes Rasmus Jensen. And Rasmus Jensen going wider than anybody. And Rasmus Jensen with immense space here. And Rasmus Jensen's gone all the way from 3rd to 1st. And what a ride that is by the Dane. Well, we said he was in good form. And Rasmus Jensen's taken the aces boys apart there. Berger and Bewley looking to respond, but Rasmus Jensen building up his momentum over the first lap and a half, and he's now pulling away from the aces duo. So Rasmus Jensen leads from Dimitri Berger. Bewley in 3rd. Michelek missing out, he's at the back. So Rasmus Jensen for the Swindon Robins, one of the signings of the season, and Rasmus Jensen starting off brightly here. Rasmus Jensen wins it. Berger home for 2nd, Bewley for 3rd. Awesome ride by Rasmus Jensen, who despite finding himself in 3rd, didn't panic, had confidence in his own abilities there, threw it out wide going into the 1st and 2nd corner, and then was committed to the outside and brought home a fabulous win. Great stuff from the Robins man there. So Rasmus Jensen takes a fabulous win there from Dimitri Berger. Dan Bewley for 3rd, a shared race, and after 3 races, 8 to the Rentrock Bellevue Aces, 10 to the Swindon Robins.
61.09. 2nd in blue was Dimitri Berger, and 3rd in red, Dan Bewley. 3 to the Aces.
Fine action so far this evening. We are on to heat number 4. 4 riders at the tapes for this one. It will see going in the blue helmet colour, gate number 1, disappointing first time out, Nikolai Bush-Jakobsen. Gate 2 in yellow, Ricky Wells. Gate 3 in red will be Kenneth Bier, and off the outside in white it is Troy Batchelor. Well, I'm sure Nikolai Bush-Jakobsen perhaps will have made a slight adjustment to his setup after finishing at the back. He's ably assisted in the pits as always by David Howe. And I'm sure Nikolai will be looking to emulate what Dimitri Berger and Steve Worrell have done so far this evening and hop off gate number 1. Just taking their time to settle down for this 4th race. So the riders come to order 4 heat 4. Race 5. Jackson start. Kenneth Bier's made a reasonable one as well. And the aces get to the first corner. Batchelor, a mistake, but getting around the outside quickly. Off Bush Jakobsen to set after Kenneth Bier. But the diminutive Dane out front and looking good. Batchelor in 2nd. Bush Jakobsen in 3rd with Wells at the back this time. 2 races has been won as Batchelor tries to hunt down Kenneth Bier. Kenneth Bier under pressure as Batchelor with speed behind him. Kenneth Bier knows the quickest way around this circuit, and with 2 laps gone, looking good out front. Batchelor will now cut down on the inside of Bier, and Bier with a pace to get back round him. Bush Jakobsen's still got 3rd ahead of Wells, so the aces, if they can bring home this heat advantage, would level up the scores. A lap to go. Troy Batchelor all the time trying to chase down Kenneth Bier, but Bier making a nice start, and it's powered into victory here. Round he comes, Kenneth Bier for the Rentrock Aces. He'll win heat 4. Just up from him, Troy Batchelor in for 2nd. Nikolai Bush-Jakobsen scores his first points on home shell. He's home for 3rd. Well, despite Troy Batchelor's best efforts there, Kenneth Bier making it count from gate number 3. Repelled every challenge that was coming from Batchelor, and Kenneth Bier for the Rentrock Aces starting off brightly here this evening. So good stuff from Kenneth Bier. He wins it. 2nd man home was Troy Batchelor. 3rd went to Nikolai Bush-Jakobsen. A 4-2, and after 4 races, it's all square. 12 points apiece.
4 points to the Aces, 2 to the Robins. Which going to score after 4 heats, the Bellevue Rentrock Aces 12, Swindon Robins 12 apiece.
first track grade of the evening concluded, and we are on to heat number 5, all square after the first 4 races, and we've seen some good action so far, as invariably this National Speedway Stadium circuit serves up. So the full lineup going in the yellow helmet colour, gate number 1, Adam Ellis. Gate 2 in red will be Dan Bewley. Jason Doyle, he goes in white. Gate number 3, and off the outside in blue, Dimitri Berger. Well, this pairing for the Aces got out in front first time around, but hadn't considered Rasmus Jensen. So if they get out again here, they'll look lively to keep Jason Doyle behind. So they settle down, heat 5. Moving there from Dan Bewley, the Tate's flew. Graham Flint allows him to get away with it, and it's Bewley that shows. Here comes Doyle, though, exiting the second corner. Doyle gets into second. He'll now try to throw around the outside of Bewley. Bewley under pressure because here comes Doyle around the outside of it, and that's a lovely outside pass of Doyle. At the same time, Adam Ellis trying to do the same on Dimitri Berger. Bewley tried to strike back, but Doyle's got that right. He's out front. So Doyle from Dan Bewley, third Dimitri Berger, with Adam Ellis finding himself at the back, perhaps struggling with machinery issues tonight. Well worked by the 2017 World Speedway champion Jason Doyle to get around Dan Bewley in the early stages. Dan Bewley, to his credit, keeping Doyle on, is not too far away. That's a go. So, share race situation as Ellis is out of shape at the back, and he's gone into the second bend fence very hard indeed. The reds will come on from Graham Flint. Just as Doyle crosses the line, the red lights do come on. Adam Ellis was out of shape at the back of the field, and as you can see, he's collected an air fence advertising panel. Doyle across to check on his team partner. I think Adam Ellis is okay. The paramedics are going to go ahead to check him over. So as the Aces boys head back to the pits, the result of heat 5, Doyle with the win. Second man home was Dan Bewley, third Dimitri Berger, a shared race, and after 5 heats, 15 points apiece.
Well, the official result of heat number 5, the race will be awarded. The race will stop just before the end of the race in the interest of safety. So the race will be awarded as follows.
Straight on to heat number 6. Riders at the tanks for this one. Max Frick hoping to remain stationary this time around. Max Frick will go in the red helmet colour. Gate number 1. Gate 2 in white, fellow Australian Troy Batchelor. Gate 3 in blue will be Steve Worrell, and off the outside in the yellow helmet colour it will be Ellis Perks. Well, Ellis Perks was an impressive winner of the reserves race. We have to get going some here from the outside gate. Max Frick probably having had a word with himself. He'll want to propel himself to the first corner as the Aces look to break the deadlock here. All square after 5 races. We knew it would be a close contest. These two sides currently in a playoff berth. Third racing 4th. Wolverhampton hot on the heels of Swindon. Wolves in track action at home tonight against Peterborough. We'll keep an eye on that meeting. Heat 6, away we go. That makes a nice start. Ellis Perks has got out from the outside as well, although both Robbins run wide, and it's close coming off the second corner. Perks slots into second. Frick out front. Perks in second. Here comes Batchelor on the outside of his team partner, and Steve Worrell finds himself bundled to the back. A lot going on there on the first corner as both Robbins ran wide, and for a moment Aces were 1 and 2. But Frick, no mistakes away from the Tates this time around. The Robbins fighting amongst themselves for second and third, all unable to get to them. Batchelor now back into second ahead of Perks. Good first lap from Ellis Perks, who's enjoying the wide open spaces of this National Speedway Stadium circuit. But the captain for the Rentrick Aces, Max Frick, out front and looking good here. So Max Frick under no real pressure from the Swindon pair. Good 30-40 metre advantage. Down the back straight into the top corner for the final time. Fine stuff from Max Frick. Frick will take the win. Batchelor home for second, Perks for third. And disappointment this time around for Steve Worrell. Max Frick absolutely delighted with that. Great start, and it was all going on in the first corner as both Robbins ran wide. Ellis Perks emerging from the pack to take second spot. But the deadlock still can't be broken here. Another shared race situation there in Heat 6. So Max Frick with a win from Troy Batchelor. Third went to Ellis Perks. A shared race, and after 6 heats, remains tied, 18 points apiece.
Second in white, Troy Batchelor. Third in yellow, Ellis Perks.
Riders at the line for heat number 7. And 2 impressive race winners first time out in the form of Kenneth Bier and Rasmus Jensen, the 2 Danes. So we'll see how this one will go. The full rider lineup: Tobias Muschelek, he goes in white, gate number 1. Just off his machine, packing down gate 2. In red will be Kenneth Bier. Gate 3 in yellow, it will see Rasmus Jensen, and off the outside in the blue helmet colour, Jamin Lindsay. So riders just packing down their starting grids here, obviously keen to get an advantage as the takes will fly. Don't discount Michelak here, or despite finishing at the back in his first outing. He's a very polished performer, and one of the fundamental reasons that Swindon Robins were crowned league champions 2 seasons ago. Just awaiting Jamin Lindsay here to come to order, settle down, heat 7. Moving down the inside for Michelak, but punishes himself. But the red lights are on straight away from Graham Flint, and the white lights come on.
Officially, the rider in white, the rider in white will be excluded for touching.
I'm not sure he did touch the takes, but Graham Flint thinks he did. And the white light is on. We'll look at that again. Interesting one from Graham Flint there, but his decision has been made, and Tobias Michelak is disqualified. We wait the word from the team manager of the Swindon Robins, Alan Rossiter. Ellis Perks for the Swindon Robins coming out as a reserve here for Tobias Michelak. Disappointment for the pole, but having checked that again, it would seem that he did catch the takes on his peak of his helmet, so Graham Flint disqualifying him. So the revised liner for heat 7: Ellis Perks goes in white, gate number 1. Gate 2 in red, it will be Kenneth Bier. Gate 3 in yellow, Rasmus Jensen, with Jamin Lindsay, he's in blue off the outside. The 2 on the inside already. Rasmus Jensen will be the last man to oblige for this 7th race. They come to order, the rerun. That's where they go. Remember, right down to the first corner. Yeah, just getting to the first corner. Perks has made a good start once again, but here goes Bier around the outside of him. Rasmus Jensen under pressure here from Lindsay, who's found a way to on the inside of both Swindon boys. And Jamin Lindsay fired up. Here comes Rasmus Jensen riding out right towards the fence, and Ellis Perks at the same time coming through on the inside of Jamin Lindsay. Lindsay trying to block the run of Jensen, looks to have done so, and now will set his sights on Ellis Perks. Jamin Lindsay really fired up, and Jamin Lindsay, having taken care of one Swindon man, has taken care of the other. What a stunning first couple of laps, and the Red Truck Aces man, Bier missing all of this behind him, but Jamin Lindsay really fired up to take on second spot. So the Red Truck Aces looking good here. Bier and Lindsay ahead of Perks. Disappointed this time around for Rasmus Jensen. Thanks solely because of Jamin Lindsay. Kenneth Bier on his way to 2 out of 2. And Kenneth Bier making no mistake, a fast start, a fast win. And all credit there to Jamin Lindsay. Brilliant stuff from Lindsay, he comes home in second. Third went to Ellis Perks. Rasmus Jensen, he's at the back. Brilliant action over the first couple of laps, because Jamin Lindsay knew that he had to dispatch Rasmus Jensen, who was powered up on the outside Having done that, he then set his sights on Ellis Perks, and Jamin Lindsay pulls off a stunning ride there in Heat 7. Kenneth Pierre and Jamin Lindsay take their entry cases first 5-1 of the evening in fabulous style. So Pierre with a win, Lindsay for second. Third went to Ellis Perks, a 5-1, and progressively the score moves on. It's 23 to the Rentrock Bellevue Aces, 19 to the Swindon Robins.
0.94. Second in blue, crucial second place with Jamin Lindsay, and third in white, Ellis Perks.
Fabulous action in heat number 7, hoping for more of the same here in heat number 8. 4 riders at the takes for this one. Ricky Wells goes in the yellow helmet colour, gates number 1. Gate 2 in blue will be Nikolai Buss-Jakobsen. Gate 3 in white, Adam Ellis. Great to see he's A-OK after his heat 5 spill. And off the outside in red, it will be Steve Worrell. Well, we saw Adam Ellis a month or so ago down at Wolverhampton start off with 2 last places, but then came to the party with 2 victories late on. Swindon haven't been the best of travellers, haven't won an away fixture for the last 12 months or so. Great on home show at their newly re-sculptured home circuit at the Abbey, which is certainly producing far superior racing than they had on their old circuit. They've taken the track in by 50 or metres or so. So anyway, the riders are coming to order here for Heat 8. Next fire, where they go. Start from the man off the inside. Here comes Steve Worrell for wide, and Steve Worrell storming his way around the outside of the Swindon man. Here comes Nikolai Buss-Jakobsen, fired up as well on Ricky Wells. And Nikolai Buss-Jakobsen do. Ricky Wells trying to block his run, but Buss-Jakobsen won't be denied. And Buss-Jakobsen's got all the way from 4th to 2nd. And the Aces slamming in back-to-back 5-1s. Wells looking to respond. Steve Worrell really fired up on the first lap. Nikolai Buss-Jakobsen on the second. And the Robins, unfortunately for them, have no answer. Wells, to his credit, keeping Buss-Jakobsen honest. Buss-Jakobsen, though, having learnt quickly to take on second spot. However, he looks to be swallowed up here by Adam Ellis. And it's right on the charge. Buss-Jakobsen, one mistake, and Ellis will be right with it. Buss-Jakobsen locking up slightly. 2 Swindon boys not too far away. Worrell has got the win, but can Buss-Jakobsen bring home second? Here comes Adam Ellis with one final effort. Buss-Jakobsen will hang on for second. Fabulous stuff for the Aces once again. And the Aces finding their setup in the last couple of races and banging in back-to-back 5-1s. Buss-Jakobsen with a stunning ride. Steve Worrell also. Great ride from him on the first lap especially. Both boys coming around on a lap of honour. And Steve Worrell and Nikolai Buss-Jakobsen combining. And the main grandstand will rise. That's 2 5-1s in succession have changed the complexion of this meeting, and we look for the Swindon Robins to respond. Steve Worrell, much better from him. Good stuff. Second man home, a storming ride from Nikolai Buss-Jakobsen. Third went to Adam Ellis, a 5-1, and after 8 races the score moves on 28 to the Rentrock Bellevue Aces and 20 to the Swindon Robins.
Score after 8 heats. The Bellevue Rentrock Aces 28, Swindon Robins 20, 28-20. The winning time again 61.
Heat number 9, and Alan Rossiter, the team manager of the Swindon Robins, wasting no time introducing Jason Doyle here as a tactical substitute. So the full lineup for heat number 9. From the inside in white, Troy Batchelor. Next to him in blue for Bellevue, it is Dimitri Berger. Gate 3 in yellow, Jason Doyle. And off the outside in red, it will be Daniel Bewley. So Dan the man's going to have to be going some to get around the outside of these 2 very quick Australians. Swindon look to stem this flow of 2 5-1s that the Aces have scored in the last 2 races. As you might expect with such an important race in the context of this meeting, Swindon in no hurry. They've still got 20 seconds or so to go on the countdown as Ron Shaw brings them to order. Dimitri Berger for the Aces will be the last man to settle down. Here we go. then heat number 9. It's flight, Doyle with a lovely start off gate 3. Batchelor instantly looks across, Doyle swings wide, trying to block the run from Bewley, and here comes Berger through on the inside of Batchelor. Doyle takes it up, Batchelor with a mistake on the first lap. Dimitri Berger riding a conservative line, and Batchelor will swing around the outside of him. And Swindon to emerge after the first lap of heat 9 in a 5-1 situation. So Doyle was quick away as the takes flew. The Batchelor out of shape on the first and second corner, but managed to get past Berger, and Swindon striking straight back here. Doyle looking around in the same way that Batchelor did as they left the line. Bewley and Berger unfortunately have no answer in this one. In some way adrift to the Swindon pair. Round they come with a lap to go. Jason Doyle, under no pressure, really enjoying the wide open spaces here. Saw him win the Peter Craven Memorial, of course, at the start of the season. Round he comes, Jason Doyle. Plenty win from him. Batchelor home for second, Bewley for third. Berger finishes at the back. And so Swindon Robins straight back in that heat number 9. No laps of honour for them. The boys are going to head back to the pits. The two Australians will just compare notes on their way back. Batchelor just explaining perhaps the mistake that he made on the first corner, but all credit to him, he managed to hold on to it, and Swindon do indeed bring home a maximum score. So Jason Doyle with the victory. Second man home was Troy Batchelor. Third went to Dan Bewley. A 5-1 to the visitors, and the score moves on. 29 to the Rentruck Bellevue Aces and 25 to the Swindon Robins.
The 9 heats is getting close again. The Bellevue Rentruck Aces 29, Swindon Robins 25. 29.
A 10-minute delay ahead of heat number 10, whilst they've just undertaken some track work just to smooth out the berm that was building up mid-track. So with that concluded, heat 10 will see Rasmus Jensen going in the yellow helmet colour, gate number 1. Gate 2 in blue will be Steve Worrell. Gate 3 in white, Tobias Michalak, and off the outside in red, Max Frick. Well, Steve Worrell with 2 race victories to his name so far. Max Frick getting everything right in heat number 6. But the man to watch for in this one, I think, from the inside, Rasmus Jensen. As Swindon, after taking that 5-1, back within 4 points of the home side. So the 4 riders come to order. Heat 10. Pace being held away they go. Start for the man off the inside. Rasmus Jensen gets clear into the first corner. Here comes Max Frick out of shape, almost running up towards the fence. And Frick, in fact, drops to the back. And Michalak trying to get around the outside of Worrell. Frick quickly back around the outside of him. Fine action on the first lap. It's Jensen, the 2 Aces boys behind him. Frick trying to recover after a bad mistake on the first lap, trying to hunt down the Dane, but it's Steve Worrell giving chase. Frick getting his wheels in line and building up his pace. And Frick has got Rasmus Jensen in his sights. So the captain of the Rentruck Aces with 2 laps gone of heat 10. Trying to hunt down Rasmus Jensen. Jensen making no mistake from gate number 1. Frick having an uncomfortable ride in second. What can Max Frick do over the remaining lap or so? He'll throw it out wide, but Rasmus Jensen reading all the time. And Rasmus Jensen very fast when he's out in front. Max Frick unable to put the bike in the right place. I think it will be a shared race situation. So Rasmus Jensen, 2 wins out of 3. Fine stuff from the Swindon man. Jensen takes a flag of victory. 2 Aces boys cross the line together. Max Frick for second, Worrell for third. Disappointing for Toby Michalak, who's having a torrid old evening. His team partner, Rasmus Jensen, making a lovely start from the inside and instantly disrupting the Aces pair on the first corner. Frick getting out of shape. And Max Frick very fortunate not to come off on the first and second corner, but he battled his way into second, but unable to get to Rasmus Jensen. Rasmus Jensen with the win then from Max Frick. Steve Worrell for third, a shared race, and progressively it's 32 to the Rentruck Bellevue Aces and 28 to the Swindon Robins.
Second in red was Max Frick. Third in blue, Steve Worrell. 3 to the Aces, 3 to the Robins. 3-3. The score at 10.
Heat number 11, crucial race this one would seem 4 riders coming to order for this one. Going in the red helmet colour, gate 1, it will be Kenneth Pierre. Gate 2 in white, Jason Doyle. Gate 3 in blue, Jamin Lidsey. And off the outside in yellow, Adam Ellis. So important that Bellevue could go into the interval holding a lead over the Swindon Robins. We're looking to extend it. The Robins already having used their tactical substitute ride. Jamin Lidsey out in this one for the Aces, and off his machine packing down gate number 3. Remember the start of last season where doing this sort of gardening off your machine earned you an exclusion. It was a regulation that lasted for about a week, and quite rightly consigned to the bin, that one. I'm not sure who dreamt that one up, but nevertheless, riders able to garden within the 2-minute time allowance, of course, as each one looks to get away from the line quicker than the other. Adam Ellis will be the last man to come to order for heat number 11 as they settle down. Away they go. Another run down to the first corner as Pierre forces Doyle wide. Doyle forced right aside on the first corner, and it's Pierre who emerges. Adam Ellis into second. Here comes Lidsey in third, and Jason Doyle trying to recover after being forced wide on the first corner. Adam Ellis with immense pace right on the heel of Kenneth Pierre here, looking for a way through on the inside of the Bellevue Dane. Pierre under severe pressure from Ellis. Third spot still is Lidsey, but here comes fellow Australian Jason Doyle around the outside, who drops his shoulder. A treat over Lidsey, takes the youngster by surprise as Doyle trying to hunt back down. Kenneth Pierre out front looking good, but Lidsey hasn't finished. He's back through on the inside of Doyle, urged on by the Aces fans, and Jamin Lidsey, lovely inside pass from him. Jason Doyle removing a tear off into the park, into the top corner they go. Doyle won't be denied, and Lidsey's back around the outside of Lidsey. Jason Doyle so confident in his abilities, even when he's passed he knows he can recover. Meantime, out front, Kenneth Pierre on his way to another victory. 3 out of 3 for Kenneth in fine form tonight. Round they come. Pierre will take the win. Second man home was Adam Ellis. Third, Jason Doyle. Jamin Lidsey finishes at the back. Fine action. Pierre knew what he needed to do there as he forced Jason Doyle aside on the first corner. And Pierre was away. Some fabulous action going on behind as Doyle worked out a way around Lidsey. Lidsey back through on his inside, and then Doyle responding back around the outside of Lidsey to salvage a third spot, and it's a shared race situation. So good stuff from Kenneth Pierre. Adam Ellis home for second. Third went to Jason Doyle. A shared race, and with 11 heats gone, the score moves on 35 to the Renchuck Bellevue Aces and 31 to the Swindon Robins.
And the score with 4 heats remaining, Bellevue Aces 35, Swindon Robins 31. 35, 31, the winning time 69.
Riders on track for heat number 12. Heat 12 will go a long way to determining which way this meeting is going to conclude. Dan Bewley and Nikolai Bush-Jakobsen out in this one. For Swindon is Ellis Perks and Tobias Michalek. Amazing to think that Michalek hasn't scored this evening. And Michalek will be wanting something out of his night, I'm sure. He would have thought he would have enjoyed the wide open spaces of the National Stadium, but his tape infringement first time out pretty much set the tone for his night. The full lineup from the inside: in red, gate number 1, Daniel Bewley; gate 2 in yellow, Ellis Perks; gate 3 in blue will be Nikolai Bush-Jakobsen, and off the outside in white, Tobias Michalek. Can Dynamite Dan Bewley hop off gate 1 here, take control of the first corner? We saw what Pierre did in heat 11 from there. Coming to order, heat 12. Let's fly away they go. Level run down to the first corner. Bewley does get to the first corner, instantly chases the dirt line, close, competitive stuff. Coming off the second corner, the Paul Michalek around the outside of Bush-Jakobsen, but it's Aces 1 and 3. Here comes Bush-Jakobsen through on the inside of Michalek. Michalek looking to respond back straight through on the inside of him. One action on the
first lap with Bewley making it count for the inside. Bush Jackson trying to respond here on Michelet. He's got his wheels in line. That's a fabulous inside pass by the Dane. And Michelet will try to do likewise here. These two trading places on every corner. Michelet back in 2-second spot. Bush Jackson back on his inside after his sensational stuff. Michelet reads that well as Bush Jackson's run wide. And Bush Jackson will come back for more. There's racing here at the National Speedway Stadium once again, outstanding as these two on every corner trading places. Bush Jackson still holding on to second, but Michelet with pace. He'll keep it down on the inside of Bush Jackson. He's back through on the inside of Bush Jackson, but here comes Bush Jackson again. Fabulous, fabulous stuff. The Aces in a 5-1 situation as they come round to take the flag. Bush Jackson's run wide. Oh my goodness me, what a finish of heat number 12. Every meeting serves up one of the best races you'll see all year. And my goodness me, that was absolutely awesome. Daniel Bewley out front, missing all of it, as Bush Jakobsen and Tobias Michelet trade places on every corner. Well, that's in our top 5 races of the year. You don't get it anywhere else. It's just outstanding. Bewley and Bush Jakobsen bring home a massive 5-1 in heat number 12. Disappointment for Toby Michelet. A 5-1, and with 12 heats gone, the score moves on. It's 40 to the Rentrock Bellevue Aces and 32 to the Swindon Robins.
5 to the Aces, 1 to the Robins. The score with 3 heats remaining with Bellevue and Rentrock Aces 40.
On we go to a crucial heat number 13, and if it's half as good, let's be honest, a quarter as good as heat number 12, well, I'll also be needing to lie down. Here we go then, heat 13. Jason Doyle goes in the white helmet colour, gate 1. Max Frick next to him, he goes in red, gate 2. Gate 3 in yellow will be Troy Batchelor, and off the outside in blue, undefeated so far, Kenneth Pierre. Aces lead by 8. Can they wrap it up here, or can Swindon keep on the pressure? Here we go. Next fly away they go. Level down to the first corner. The two Swindon boys have made fast starts. Doyle instantly goes wide. Here comes back Frick through on his inside. But Doyle responds back around the outside of the Aces number 1 and captain. Pierre's into third ahead of Batchelor. Frick having a really uncomfortable ride out wide. Runs wide there and Batchelor's through on his inside. Frick though won't be denied. Doyle all the time riding very wide indeed. Yeah, taking it up. Here comes Doyle back around the outside of him. Fabulous action once again, this time in heat 13, as Doyle out front being pressured by both Aces men, and Batchelor's not too far away either. Here comes Max Frick for the Aces down low on the inside of Jason Doyle. Frick and Doyle, nothing between them. Jason Doyle back around the outside of Max Frick. Frick now will change his attack to go around the outside of Jason Doyle. Just under a lap to go. Frick here committed to the outside. What can he do on the last lap? Doyle will read it well, but Frick's read it better. And here comes Frick on the inside of Jason Doyle. Absolutely nothing between here because Doyle back down on the inside. It's going to be a race to the flag here. There are no words. World-class riders on a world-class circuit. Oh my goodness me. I think Doyle did hang on for the win. The two Aces are going to come around on a lap of honour. But that is a big decision for Graham Flint. Was it a shared race? Was it a 4-2 heat advantage? Who knows? Well, what can you say about the racing here at the National Stadium? All 4 going bar to bar. Brilliant stuff. And Graham Flint, no word from the referee. Here it comes from Neil Drummond. Jason Doyle did get the win. Very close indeed as they came over the line. Doyle taking the victory. Second man home was Max Frick. Third went to Kenneth Pierre. A shared race, and with 2 to go, the score moves on. It's 43 to the Rentrock Bellevue Aces and 35 to the Swindon Robins.
43, Swindon Robins 35, 43-35. The winning time against
an ultimate race of the evening here at the National Speedway Stadium. Swindon need 2 5-1s to take a draw here this evening,
Our prediction pre-meeting was 47.43 to the Renshaw Cases. I don't think we'll be too far away from that. But Lidsey and Berger out here looking to finish the Robins off in this one. From the inside in the blue helmet colour, it is Jamin Lidsey. Gate 2 in white, it will be Rasmus Jensen. Gate 3 in red will be Dimitri Berger. And off the outside in the yellow helmet, Ricky Wells. Slightly surprised that Ellis Perks hasn't received a nod here. Alan Rossiter trusting his guest Wells here with his knowledge of this National Speedway Stadium circuit. As you might expect, the riders just taking their time here ahead of this 14th race. Ron Shaw, the starting marshal, encouraging them to come to order. Nobody keen, nobody keen. Lidsey obliges, Rasmus Jensen will do likewise. So they come to order for a crucial heat 14. Let's fly away they go. Lidsey makes a nice start from the inside. Lidsey gets to the first corner. Rasmus Jensen running wide. Here comes Berger on his inside, but Rasmus Jensen's got his wheels in line and he takes up the lead round the outside of Lidsey. Lidsey trying to block his run, but the Swindon man takes up the lead. Crucially, Ricky Wells momentarily into third spot. That's Dimitri Berger back through. Here comes Wells too on the inside of him. Getting close between those two. This will do for the Renshaw Cases. They can allow Rasmus Jensen to go. If they can keep Ricky Wells at the back, they will be victorious here this evening. 2 laps gone on Heat 14. To Rasmus Jensen from Jamin Lidsey. Berger under pressure for Ricky Wells. But Wells, you know, will ride round the curb. He won't go out wide. Ricky Wells trying to prove us strong there. Does run out wide. He's got to do something extra special here. Well, the Robins are not going to be taking a draw here this evening. Rasmus Jensen's had a fine night. It'll be his third victory. I won't be surprised if we saw him in the last. Round they come. Rasmus Jensen, he will take the flag of victory. But it is the Renshaw Cases who are victorious here in the Premiership this evening. So Rasmus Jensen, fine ride from him. Was beaten to the first corner by Jamin Lidsey, but Rasmus Jensen powering his way around the outside of Lidsey on the first lap to take an impressive win. No lap of honour for Rasmus Jensen, but with the Renshaw Cases packing the places, they've done enough and they are victorious on home shale here this evening. Fabulous action, Heat 14, Rasmus Jensen with the win. Second man home was Jamin Lidsey. Third went to Dimitri Berger. A shared race, and with 1 to go, the score moves on 46 to the Renshaw Bellevue Aces and 38 to the Swindon Robins.
Dimitri Berger. 3 points to the Aces, 3 to the Robins, 3-3.
Final race of the evening. And Swindon, well, they need a heat advantage to return to Wiltshire with a consolation league point. Bellevue just need to pack the places to send them home with nothing. Rider nominations are in, and for the Swindon Robins with gates 1 and 3, Alan Rossiter has plumped for Rasmus Jensen in white off gate number 1. Jason Doyle will go in yellow off gate 3. For the Renshaw Cases, Mark Lemon has plumped for Kenneth Pierre in red gate 2, and off the outside in blue it will be Max Frick. Well, we suspected tonight would be a crackerjack meeting, and my goodness me, heats 12 and 13. We saw the Grand Prix last weekend from Wrocław, which served up just some awesome racing. But heats 12 and 13 were up there, and you know what? They were better. There was just, well, there are no words at times to describe how good the racing here at the National Stadium is. Come to order, heat 15. Oh, slight movement there from Jason Doyle. And Doyle's allowed to get away with it. He gets to the first corner. Pierre's got to the first corner, makes a mistake. Here comes Doyle around the outside of him. Rasmus Jensen crucially is into third, and Max Frick will try to hunt him down. Doyle making a roller at the start. As through here on the inside of Rasmus Jensen is Max Frick. Jensen, though, won't be denied. He's committed to the outside. Well worked by Frick. And we look to Rasmus Jensen to respond. Rasmus Jensen will know the importance to get by both aces here if he can. He needs to get by one of them. He looks to be doing it as well. Here comes Rasmus Jensen on the outside of Pierre. Taking takes Pierre by surprise. Stunning ride from Rasmus Jensen. Doors in another postcode. He's a mile out front as Max Frick hits the fence down the back straight. Rasmus Jensen still holding on to third, and Kenneth Pierre needs to get by him to send Swindon home empty-handed. Swindon, I think, will take a consolation point. Pierre's going to have to be going some from here. I don't know what Jason Doyle's done, but he's on a rocket ship in this one. One final effort coming up from Rasmus Jensen around the outside of Max Frick. Doyle takes the win. Frick home for second, Jensen for third. Swindon do go home with a consolation league point. They lose by 6, but it's enough to give them a point, and that could be oh so important in the race to the end of season playoffs, especially with Wolverhampton dispatching Peterborough tonight in the Premiership. Fine stuff in the last from Jason Doyle. I don't know what changes he made to his machine, but he was absolutely well clear in that one. Helped when he got a advantageous start, but all credit to Rasmus Jensen for battling his way through to third spot. And Swindon, I'm sure they will be delighted having taken a consolation league point here at the National Stadium this evening. The win in Heat 15 goes to Jason Doyle. Second man home was Max Frick. Third went to Rasmus Jensen. A 4-2 to the visitors, and thus the final score. It finishes 48 to the Rentrock Bellevue Aces and 42 to the Swindon Robins.
Second in blue was Max Frick, and third in yellow Rasmus Jensen. 2 points to the Aces and 4 to the Robins. 2-4.
So we're here with Nikolai Boshiakovson. Nikolai, this was your home debut for the Bellevue Aces. How do you think it went?
I think it went alright. You know, it's like I said, it's a difficult track to find the right lines on, and I certainly showed that in the first one with a last. But I progressed throughout the night, so yeah, I'm happy.
I mean, you ride for Berwick in the championship. Does riding on such a big track in the championship, do you think that helped coming here to the National Speedway Stadium tonight, on what to expect?
Not really, because Berwick it's a big track, but it's more like longer straights and then a bit narrower corners, as well as it's not as wide. So, nah, not really actually.
That's fair enough, an honest opinion of course, but having looked at you, you had a slow start, but then you seemed to sort of get the hang of conditions, and you came out, you were right there in the 5-1s. That must have been a huge confidence booster.
Yeah, definitely, especially with all the hard work I had to do, passing and fighting like throughout a whole race. It was pretty good, yes. So yeah.
And you're looking forward to next week when we're back here against Wolverhampton?
Yeah, definitely, I do.
It's great to have you in the team, Nikolai. Well done tonight.
Thank you.
What a meeting that was, folks. The Swindon Robins just wouldn't go away, but the Bellevue Aces, tenacious as always, kept their cool and came away with some vital league points. But the Robins just nicking a point there, 48 points to 42. Well, we hope you've enjoyed tonight's meeting. We've got more great racing coming up for you next week. That's June the 11th. We asked you guys once again to let us know which meeting you wanted to see, and you have voted for the Bellevue Aces versus the Poole Pirates from April 2018. Another really close meeting. Some familiar faces involved with that one, now involved with the Bellevue Aces. You don't want to miss that one, so join us back here on Facebook and on YouTube from 8 o'clock. June the 11th. We'll see you then.